Welcome to Toon Telling, where we unravel the mysteries of the universe one wild story at a time. Hey there, curious minds and physics enthusiasts. Are you ready to embark on another mind-bending journey through the quirky world of quantum mechanics? Today, we're diving into a story that'll make you think twice about making promises and maybe invest in a good set of cutlery. In I Will Eat My Head, we follow Dr. Samantha Chan, a quantum physicist who's about to learn that some equations are better left unsolved. Will she keep her promise or lose her mind, or both? Spoiler alert, it's probably both. Get ready for a tale that's part quantum mechanics, part cooking show, and 100% mind-bending. So if you're hungry for some cerebral humor and don't mind a bit of existential crisis for dessert, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell to catch all of Toon Telling's exciting physics adventures. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be head and shoulders above the rest. Now let's get quantuming. Forward, dear intrepid reader. What you're about to devour figuratively, we hope is a cautionary tale of cosmic proportions. It serves as a reminder that the universe has a wicked sense of humor and an impeccable memory for ill-advised promises. So the next time you're tempted to make an outlandish vow, remember, somewhere out there, a celestial being might be sharpening its cutlery. Introduction. In the labyrinthine corridors of Quantum University, where genius flirts shamelessly with madness and coffee is considered a food group, we find our protagonist, Dr. Samantha Chen, brilliant physicist, caffeine enthusiast, and unwitting volunteer in the universe's most bizarre experiment yet. Armed with a Ph.D., a whiteboard marker, and a vocabulary that's about to get her into more trouble than she can chew, Samantha is about to learn that some problems are better left unsolved. I Will Eat My Head, a tale of quantum quandaries and culinary conundrums. Chapter 1, A Recipe for Disaster. Dr. Samantha Chen stood before her whiteboard, marker poised like a fencer's foil. The equation sprawled across the glossy surface was a Frankenstein's monster of Greek symbols, numbers, and the occasional doodle of a despairing stick figure which, coincidentally, bore a striking resemblance to our good doctor. "This is it," she muttered, her bloodshot eyes darting across the mathematical mess. "Day 67 of being stumped by my own brilliance. If I don't crack this today, I will. She paused, searching for a suitably dramatic promise. The kind of vow one makes when sanity has packed its bags and is currently sipping Mai Tais on a beach in Maui. "I'll eat my head," she declared to the empty lab, her voice echoing off beakers and Bunsen burners. "Oh, Samantha, haven't you learned it? In the quantum realm, words have power, and the universe, well, it's always listening, with a cookbook in one hand and a physics textbook in the other. Somewhere in the cosmos, an entity with a twisted sense of humor and a penchant for literal interpretations perked up its metaphysical ears. It reached for its celestial notepad and jotted down, Samantha Chen, quantum physicist. Potential dinner guest and main course. Oblivious to her newfound status as a menu item, Samantha attacked the problem with renewed vigor. Her marker squeaked across the board like a mouse auditioning for an avant-garde jazz ensemble. Hours passed, the sun set, rose, and decided to take a personal day. And then, eureka, the solution crystallized before her eyes like ice in a glass of perfectly chilled schadenfreude. Samantha stepped back, her jaw dropping to the floor where it would soon be joined by the rest of her head. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. "I did it," she whispered. Then louder, "I did it." Oh dear, she seems to have forgotten her earlier promise. Should we remind her? No, well, as they say in the quantum world, what goes around comes around, and sometimes it comes around wearing a bib and carrying utensils. Chapter 2, Ahead of the Gamester, as Samantha's triumphant cry echoed through the lab, reality hiccuped. The air shimmered like heat waves off asphalt, or perhaps like the fabric of space-time preparing for a particularly mischievous prank. Suddenly, she wasn't alone. Standing before her was herself, but this other Samantha looked decidedly more smug. And was that a fork and knife in her hands? A lobster bib around her neck? Oh dear. "Congratulations," said the newcomer, grinning from ear to soon-to-be-detached ear. "We solved it, and now we have a promise to keep." Samantha's eyes widened as realization dawned. But, I didn't mean it. Oh, come now, her doppelganger chided. Don't lose your head over this. Actually, on second thought, do. It's dinner time, and I'm feeling peckish. Our original Samantha backed away, her mind racing faster than a Takian with a taxi to catch. This is impossible, the ethical implications alone. Not to mention the logistical nightmare. How does one even begin to eat their own head? The other Samantha shrugged, twirling her fork like a tiny trident. Quantum mechanics, my dear. If it allows for Schrodinger's cat to be both alive and dead, surely it can handle a little self-serving dinner party. At this point, dear reader, you might be wondering if you've accidentally ingested some of Samantha's more exotic lab supplies. Rest assured, this is all par for the course in the world of quantum gastronomy. As the two Samanthas faced off in a standoff that would make Schrodinger's cat look decisively alive or dead, a thought occurred to our original heroine. "Wait a minute," she said, a sly grin spreading across her soon-to-be-served face. "If you're me from another universe, and you're here to eat my head, doesn't that mean you solved the equation first? So technically, it's your promise to fulfill." The fork-wielding Samantha's smugness faltered. "Well, that is to say, oh, quark." Original Samantha pressed her advantage. In fact, by coming here, you've created a paradox. If you eat my head, I won't be able to solve the equation, which means you won't solve it either, which means you won't come here to eat my head. The air in the lab grew thick with tension and quantum uncertainty. Both Samanthas eyed each other warily, minds racing to find a loophole in the logic. The old quantum paradox defense, a classic move in interdimensional dinner disputes. Let's see how this plays out, shall we? Suddenly, a new voice joined the fray. Ladies, ladies. Why argue over who eats whom when you could both enjoy a nice meal together? The Samanthas turned to find another Samantha. This one wore a chef's hat and carried a steaming cover dish. "I'm Samantha from Universe C," the newcomer explained. "I specialized in quantum cuisine. When I solved the equation, I promised to cook my head. Much more civilized, don't you think?" The original Samanthas exchanged glances, but how? They asked in unison. Chef Samantha winked. "Let's just say I put Heisenberg's uncertainty principle to good use. Now, who's hungry?" As the three Samanthas sat down to the strangest dinner party in any universe, a quiet chuckle echoed through the cosmos. The universe, it seemed, had outdone itself this time. And so, dear reader, we leave our heroines to the feast. Remember, in the world of quantum physics, anything is possible. Even, it seems, a paradox-free solution to auto-cannibalism. The moral of the story? Be careful what you promise. You never know when the universe might take you at your word. And always keep some fava beans and a nice Chianti handy, just in case, the end.